And now to the latest in the investigation into the January 6th riot at the Capitol. The House Select Committee investigating the January 6th insurrection voted unanimously to subpoena former President Trump. This morning, CBS News' Natalie Brand is in D.C. with more on what was revealed in what could be the last public hearing for the January 6th committee. Natalie, good morning.
Good morning, Maribel. The 9 members of the Select Committee took turns yesterday presenting what could be considered their closing arguments, but they also made clear their work here isn't finished. As you mentioned, they want to hear from former President Trump directly. The chair of the committee saying this is about accountability.
The resolution is agreed to.
The House committee investigating the January 6th Capitol attack ended what could be its final public hearing with a unanimous vote to subpoena testimony from former President Trump himself.
We have sufficient information to consider criminal referrals for multiple individuals, but a key task remains. We must seek the testimony under oath of January 6th central player.
Afterwards, the former president lashed out on social media, asking why he wasn't asked months ago and saying the committee is, quote, a total bust that has only served to further divide the country. The dramatic hearing featured more video testimony from former top White House aides who recalled Trump's private acknowledgments that he lost the 2020 election.
He had said something to the effect of, I don't want people to know we lost, Mark. This is embarrassing.
And also never seen before footage of congressional leaders pleading for help as the chaos unfolded.
Why don't you get the president to tell them to leave the Capitol, Mr. Attorney General?
Lawmakers also put the spotlight on the U.S. Secret Service, presenting new evidence that they say shows agents were aware of threats of violence before the Capitol assault.
California Democrat Adam Schiff read some of the alerts the agents were getting as much as a week and a half before the attack.
They think that they will have a large enough group to march into D.C. armed and will outnumber the police so they can't be stopped. Their plan is to literally kill people.
A final report of the panel's findings is expected by the end of the year.
Now, following yesterday's hearing, Chair Benny Thompson told reporters that he hopes Trump testifies before the panel in person. When asked what happens if this turns into a legal fight in court, Chair Thompson said, let's see what happens here. Former President Trump, meanwhile, has said he's going to put out a response by 8 a.m. this morning. Also worth noting, the committee says it may still subpoena additional witnesses, including members of the U.S. Secret Service. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But a reminder that the panel has to wrap up its work by the end of the year. I'll send it back to you.
Natalie, thank you for your live report from the Capitol.